No, that one had to run.
Gotcha.
And then this last minion guy. And that's that for their turn. You're up.
All right, this should be quick. I'm just going to have Neferu and Sahin recover from reeling and try to rally Harmon again.
And since you're right next to me, that's 2 successes, so no more afraid and no more reeling.
I'll do a quick one too. I'm just going to recover from reeling and then guard.
Do you want me to launch my spell first? Or do you want to take your stat first?
I don't know where on the sequence you are. Are you refreshing spells or are you casting spells?
I should be able to prepare and cast. Because I cast and refresh last.
Yeah, then go ahead. Makes more sense for you to go first, because then you weaken them. Then I attack.
It's got to make a stealth roll.
I assume that's against the named guy, right?
Yeah. Named guy with.
And now all he needs to do is not tie and claim me as cover. Well, he didn't tie anyway. But now it's time for him to die. So I'm going to guard and I'm going to swipe at him with my longsword.
Alright.
Not aiming, no. Not my countering, no. And 11. I'm going to declare this as my favorite sword and reroll that d8. Wow, that was not worth doing. Well, let me make a note here. Favorite sword, this longsword. Or favorite use of melee combat, this longsword.
And because I forgot to reel him out of reeling.
Oh, yeah, I got a bonus d8. That one's better. I mean, I know
It also means I can't counter.
Not unless he has blind fighting.
But
again, you know what you can do. You can claim that ally next to you as cover. And make him take the attack.
Oh, no, you still hit, but you only hit with 1 success.
No, if he doesn't have any cover, then my 8 still stands. Doesn't it? Now I'm forgetting.
Oh.
Because you beat him with at least 1 dice, the tied dice do not count.
Oh, right. That would only apply if the only standing die was the highest die. Okay. Sometimes I gotta be reminded. So you are hurt and injured, so 2 plus my 2 is 4, plus my 1 hit, another 5 points of damage to soak. And now I know you can only have 1 combat save. No question about that. It's not a multiple gift. So,
The guy in the loincloth, they're magic shovels.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
I'm joking.
I mean, his loincloth pops off. Ouch.
I mean, also to be fair, you would roll your soak before you did that. So,
Yeah.
I said I don't. That's why I really wasn't sure. Alright, you soak 2, so no change.
No change.
Literally nothing has changed.
You broke another bone, and he growls at you.
But he can't open his mouth to talk.
So, did you guys all go?
Yep.
Yep, garden.
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's got a turn after been using his combat save,
Grapple?
he backs. He lets go, backs off, raises his hand, and go.
Into the
This
pit.
isn't worth it. Uh, and waves his guys to stop charging forward. So he yields, and wants to know what you want.
Well, first I want him on his knees with his hands behind his back.
He will grudgingly do so.
Alright, now lay down. Does he lay down?
Sure.
Alright, Nefira, you have any rope on you?
Checking my sheet. Actually, I do.
Alright, you want to go ahead and tie him up? I mean, hog tie, by the way. I mean, like, legs to hands. I mean, feet to hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at the rest of them and I'm going to say, I have no quarry with the rest of you. As far as I'm concerned, you can run off, and I've never seen you in my life. Oppose me again, and you will not live to see the day.
So drop your weapons here.
I mean, I don't react when Nefira says stuff. If he wants to make additional demands, go right ahead. You're a noble.
So the battle has, in fact, died down.
Yes.
Alright. Well, Caesar's gonna kind of, like, sheepishly peek out from, like, behind the tent and, like, behind the next tent. It's like, wow, good job, everyone! I don't suppose any of, these men here happen to have keys or anything for the, cells behind us? The cages?
They do.
Alright. Well, I think we ought to take custody of those. They're not going to be bringing them with them. Any of them actually offer up the keys after that, or do they all just
Yeah.
like look caddish? Okay, cool. So Caesar's just gonna take that, look into his belt, and then just start like poking at the arrows, like poking out of his wing. I came out pretty okay. How about you over here?
I'm a little bit scratched up. I could use at least 5 minutes of first aid.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? I happen to conveniently be able to provide exactly 5 minutes of first aid. What do you know? So I will be doing that for him and I'm not sure anyone else actually got injured. That wasn't someone else.
Oh, that's an argument of terminology. You can actually heal injured.
I believe
Injured
it's...
takes weeks.
Let's see. First aid. Just checking out the recovery time. Yep, as long as I got a single success.
Yep, and 5 minutes. Which I assume is like time Nefira was taking to tie them up and then collect weapons and... I guess... Oh, they didn't have any magic users, did they?
Nope.
I was remembering the bridge encounter. Because I was thinking, oh yeah, Kunabald is going to go collect magic stuff. Oh wait, there is no magic stuff.
I will offer my services to, like, the one guy over here who got injured if he wants to pay for it. And bandage him up as well, as long as I'm here.
Yeah, he's not gonna pay, but boss handles the finances.
He's not your boss anymore. Get out of here.
Well, if you point us to where he keeps it all, then I'll do it for you for free. If you could just be so kind.
Apparently, the atavist has a savings account.
Oh, well, that's good important things to keep track of. Does he have the promissory notes here?
Let's just say his banker knows what he looks like.
Well, that all said, he might still want them if he wants to use them later. I'm seizing his finances.
Well,
As long as he's currently indentured.
this did seem a bit more work than we were really getting.
Is it?
Can I do a negotiation check to see how much our nice friendly slave for his own ransom?
I'm sorry, you sounded a little bit like foggy to me. What did you say again?
Could I perhaps do a negotiation check to see how much our slaver boss is willing to pay for his own ransom?
Well, are we bringing him back because people are willing to pay for him?
Yes.
Well, yes, but if he's willing to pay significantly more to free himself.
But why wouldn't we just take his money when we get back anyway?
Well, because it's tied up in a bank.
Right, but he's
Because we wouldn't have the authority to seize his assets.
right, but we have him. Why
Now,
can't
this all
we?
strikes me as a little less than legal, honestly, but, money is money.
Well, also, he's a slaver. Do we care?
Well, if he gets arrested,
Slavery's legal.
Yeah.
Beating up people in the middle of the forest for slavery is maybe less legal, but, small details.
See, the people who would care would be the law enforcement agencies, but then seize our ill-gotten gains.
I don't know that law enforcement really gets into the bankery business. But what I'm saying is we don't tell him how much they're willing to pay for him, and we take him to
Yes,
his
that I
banker.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Then we take him to his banker and see how much money he's willing to pull out. And if it's less than, we'll just keep what he's willing to give us and take him over to them. So we place his fate into his own hands, as it were. It's a blind bet, basically.
I agree with this logic.
All right. Well, you have him captive. The rest of them are scurrying around camp. Anything else you're doing?
Other than collecting his finances and making sure I have the keys, I guess we're gonna have to figure out how to take the cages back.
right?
Why we have to
Yeah,
take the
well-
cages back? We literally have an elemental wizard. He can melt the locks.
I have the keys right here.
Oh, then why are we worried about
More
the cages?
concern of taking the prisoners back as well, since that seemed to have been a part of your plans.
You said the cages. I mean, I thought you let the people go. I'm sorry, I'm just out of character confused now.
Alright, I haven't done anything yet. I simply have the keys.
Well, let them out, and they can follow us back to town. They're not prisoners. They're like slaves that didn't want to be slaves. I mean, technically, I guess that's what all slaves are, but
Right, but I
Um,
distinctly remember there were other plans involved, so I was just waiting.
Oh, if there were, then I don't remember. I'm sorry. For a while there, I was off the headset, so I don't remember.
May have actually been Liz's, but she's not here.
Oh, the using the slaves as our own workforce plan?
Yes.
I was never actually serious about that. Serious about it. Let the
Oh,
slaves
then.
go. Yeah, let them go. We'll bring them back. They can follow us, and from there, they're on their own.
Alright, I will go ahead and do that.
what's the role for pickpocketing?
Sleight of hand. Hold on. That's something else that's never come up in the game I played. I know it's the sleight of hand gift, so that should say in there. I think that's under Streetwise. Resolve, sharpshooter, Streetwise. Oh shit! God damn you! I was looking up sleight of hand in the PDF, and the moment I got to Streetwise, it jumps up to deceit, because that's when it found it. Ledger domain. There we go. Which is by itself. Improved action, draw item, sleight of hand for you drawing it. So it's a draw action? Oh, ledger domain. No. Shit, where is it? Oh, there it is. It is under ledger domain. It's on the next page. New action, pickpocket. You can pick a pocket at close range, speed and deceit versus the target's mind and observation.
All right.
Unlike a regular attack, you cannot claim a combat advantage bonus. In fact, if you don't have combat advantage, your attack is limited to d8s or smaller.
So who was letting them out of the cage?
Seemed like I was.
All right. Yeah, give me a mind and observation.
Okay, well, these are things that I'm slightly okay at, so let's see how this goes.
If the target is aware of you, they may attempt to counter. I do like the idea of two ledger domain people counter-attack pickpocketing each other. It's that scene in like Ocean's 11 where the two guys bump into one another and one of them has like their plane tickets and the other one has their wallet.
I'm almost considering popping my personality just to win this inherently on the kindness of my character. You wouldn't dare pick the pocket of the person freeing you, would you?
I mean, they are brigands and ne'er-do-wells who are living off the land.
Well,
But
primary
yes,
thing is
they're bumping into you as they stream out of the cell.
oh, hey, watch it. I gotta get everyone here.
We all look back and Dr. Caesar's standing there naked.
Where did it go?
And I'd be mad, in fact, if I wasn't so fucking impressed.
Everyone turns around. Instead of the robe being gone, the robe is there, but the bird's gone.
Little wooden stand made of brooms.
Dr.
Caesar, get over here.
He might have put his hand on your wand.
Oh!
But
Oh, he merely touched it. It isn't actually gone.
It is gone.
Oh no! Where did it go? Huh.
Anyway, there's more cages to open.
Well, I'm still opening them. That was my intention all along.
So, not many more incidents. One of them does not really. There is a fox in there who does not seem right in the head. Wearing rags. Let's see. He basically, when you open the cage and the rest of them pile out, he's still in there, like he doesn't really understand what's going on.
Oh, I'll try to talk to him, diagnose him, see what is actually wrong with him. Maybe it's a concussion.
I swear, this is the missing prince. Plot convenience overwhelming.
Give me a academics medicine.
Let's do it. Mind, right?
Yeah.
Four.
Okay then.
Nice roll.
He can no longer speak coherently. He's constant state of tremulous fear. There is some signs it might have been caused by some kind of dark magic.
Oh dear. It's a good thing I know all about magic as well.
But in his current mental state, he doesn't necessarily know where he is, what his own name is, or any of that.
Okay. So Caesar will take the cat under his wing and just kind of like help him up and go, "It's okay. I'm going to take you to the city and I'll treat you there. Everything's going to be fine." And Dr. Caesar will escort him back to the city.
All right.
That looks like we've concluded everything here then, I think, right? The boss is tied up, taking someone back, all the prisoners are free, and the other slavers are basically getting to walk off too. Short of us, like, taking every possession they had left in their tents.
See, hold on. Samalin, in the course of the trip back, mentions that when he sees you're also bringing the fox, mentions that he doesn't know why people are so interested in this guy.
Is there something interesting about him? He just seems like he's very confused.
Hell if I know.
It would be against
but
my
there
duty
was
as a doctor to leave him
some
there.
caster who. Let's see if I can find the right section here where it's. An offer made for this little fox here. Says she was willing to buy him for which is more than you were going to get paid for your little crane delivery.
Impressive amount of money.
Oh. Okay. So why don't we sell the fox?
I think perhaps the right way to think about this is someone perhaps did something very dark and untoward towards this person, and it would be our duty as honest and upright citizens to stop and possibly very... how should I put this? Perhaps necromantic sorcerer out there.
Well,
My mind jumps to
I
that, though I'll have to...
spend so much for this friendly young fellow. Why? I was right about that thing.
Oh, this one was more of a warlock.
Fine. This
You
nice
happen to
warlock's
have...
going to pay so much for him and didn't merely...
Did you happen to catch the name of this purchaser?
What's it to me? Says the tied-up tiger.
Caesar just sort of shrugs a little bit. Perhaps a little justice in this whole unjust world. I'll be honest, I don't have much control over your fate myself right now. But, well, whoever did this probably doesn't deserve to be out there either.
Hey, my job is just to get the get people who should not be out in the world behind bars. Who what kind of justice do you think is going to be done?
Oh, likely they'll hang them.
You know, I'm kind of liking the justice where we get paid. So we're going to be fucked? I mean, if this pans out with the range of money he mentioned, why, that may well pay for this nice, friendly slaver's ransom in and of itself. And then we have plenty of money to wait around for this is going to clear up the other funds and why.
Elto, you're a little echoey, so it's kind of hard to understand.
Sorry about that. But I think the gist of what I'm saying is, if we can really get this level of price, I'd be tempted to say we've gotten more from this guy than we would have otherwise. Hello?
Does sound tempting, yes.
Just saying, we're mercenaries here.
I'll defer to whatever you wish to do about this. I am only here to make sure that your actions don't lead you to death or anything like that.
Fair enough, Doctor.
Set me free, I'll give you the name of the wizard.
Let's make... I promise I will... Once we have met this wizard.
The name of a wizard is a good thing to know.
I would most definitely like to know.
Just one little extra step, Tiger. To make sure you aren't pulling a fast one on us.
He smiles and says, "Do you really think these ropes can keep me contained for a long trip?"
No, but I can.
You do bring up a fair point. I may have to use Create Earth and try and craft a stone.
Well, to be fair, it's more like
Trouble
an attempt
for
to slow
you.
you down than anything, I suppose.
He makes a convincing case for slicing his hamstrings.
Now that's a little.
Please, I don't want to be responsible for that.
No, I feel like he would be responsible for that. Now, if he doesn't try to escape, such extreme measures would not be necessary, would they?
As someone literally in our care as our responsibility, the harm that comes to him, that I must have to heal, would in fact be my responsibility.
He's not in our care, and you cannot heal hamstring damage. Not. Wait, I wouldn't know. I actually wouldn't know that last part. That's an out-of-character fact, not an in-character one.
Whatever you think I can or cannot do, I would still not wish him to come to harm. Though I would hope he wouldn't take any actions that would require him to come to harm. I just say with like a sideways glance towards him, and then back at the person who beat him up earlier.
Right, implying the same thing I'm implying.
Just, in a softer way.
Right. Don't make me
I
hurt
do it
you.
because I care.
I cut you because I love you.
So, what is your decision? What will be done with him? Are we letting him go to find out the name? Will he give us the name?
Who are you asking?
The three of you collectively.
No, we're not letting him go. We have a money-making plan. Why do we want? What? I heard the whole thing about the wizard and the necromancy and all that the warlock stuff. I don't know why you want to let him go. What's to be gained?
Well, if the money is truly
Okay.
concerned, if you remember the sum, it was large enough to let us leave. If we
See,
were to
that's the
find
price
this
of getting in
warlock.
contact with
Our
with this
ultimate,
warlock.
our ultimate concern is paying our boss, not bringing the money back to our boss, not the involvement we have in Triskelion. Ultimately, our eyes need to be set on that goal and not everything in
I'm just
between.
saying. He's paying us enough that we could literally wait months if we had to. Or alternatively, bring the money back from this ransom and then wait to have it here to claim the money that is due.
But this guy is worth money that we can get as soon as we return.
Sure, but it is a pity if he can really get the price that he says from our nice friendly fox.
Maybe you recall, this guy abducted people in the woods and owned a slave camp. I don't think his word means much.
That's why I'm making sure we can reach the warlock and find out if it really is worth it first.
Well, let's bring this to a close and weigh a decision on a vote. Are we going to go one way and deliver him, or the other way and free him eventually?
Might I suggest, out of character, that we let this decision weigh for a week?
Fair enough.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, this
we're,
is
we're
more
down to
of
the last
a...
20 minutes again.
Well, actually, we're 40 minutes over.
Oh, all right.
I poked you on the thing, trying to even out the times. 4 hours is usually the normal, because normally we schedule the streaming blocks into 4-hour segments. So you try to get to as close to 4 hours as possible, or as far as you need to go. Because normally another game, if we were still streaming in the regular setup, would have started 40 minutes ago. But that wouldn't ended like last week, so...
All right. Yeah, big combats like that, especially when I'm not familiar with manipulating them. Yeah, it took us 2 hours.
Actually, it only took like an hour. Most of the game was finding our way in Triskelion, I think, really.
It also wasn't
Yeah.
fought to the bitter end. That made it close faster.
Yeah, I'm thinking we started this combat after my first, we've got 20 minutes. Oh, wait, we've got an hour and 20 minutes. So, anyway,
I think it would have ended pretty soon after that, even if we went to the bitter end, because they were all crowding around me. So if I overkilled that guy...
yeah. So we wanted to pick up with it next week.
So we
That
got
sounds good to me.
time to decide on where we're going to go to and catch Liz back up on everything.
All right. Epilogue. Mottos, goals.
I have a cure for all ailments, and I've helped an injured soul, and we've captured Summerlin.
All right. So, we have. Let's see. Helped an injured soul. Well, you can get you first aid from that.
Hooray.
I'm figuring. Bullshit. You're going to retrain this gift. You had to explore to find this place. Local knowledge forest, or whatever this forest is called.
Forest of X, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, so you want mottos and goals?
Yeah. And that goes for all of you as far as the capturing equals local knowledge.
Okay, so I've captured Solomon, and my beginning goal was to prove my prowess.
Sorry, what was that goal?
Prove
Something
my
prowess?
Prove my prowess. Prrove or Prove.
All right. Well, this badass tiger acknowledges that you defeated him. So,
I also knocked that little shit off the bridge, so
Oh yeah, that's true too. You did the duel all on your own.
well, then we'll give you your giant for it.
Yeah, you're a giant too?
Or
no. I'm the warlord, remember?
oh, sorry, I misunderstood who was talking. So yeah, I'll let you. What kind of gifts were you looking at?
Well, perhaps since I've been doing a lot of rallying, commanding leader.
Sure.
I guess I could take that one for defeating. Oh, you said what for Solomon is local area knowledge of what's this area called?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Forest of X, where slavers capture outlaws.
Unfortunately, the map doesn't label forests, it only labels rivers. And
So
mountains.
I think I will probably retrain that then, since it's not an actual city or anybody's real domain there. So
Yeah, as intended. It is a minor accomplishment. Have a bullshit gift you're going to retrain versus major accomplishment. Take suggestions on what your gift is. Anyway,
so you want to give me commanding leader?
sure.
And with that, my shopping ride is here, so I have to get going. Thank you very much for the game.
All right.
Oh, can you put the XP in the game chat so I can see it when I get back?
Well, I mean, it's the same as.
Well,
I
how many
mean,
chapters? Go through?
Well, I mean, technically, if you're not sticking around for the debrief.
That is true. Okay. I got some time to go.
All right. So who's next?
Eltison. Eltison.
All right, so I go through motto and goals.
Yep, motto and goal.
Motto. You haven't prepared for failure. You haven't prepared. Mine might. The goal I got might be a little bit of have completed or not, but the one I had listed was use earth magic to create something. You gotta count my little tiny ball.
I'll give it to you, but these first gifts are pretty much first goals are pretty much gimmies. So yeah, go ahead and take what is it? The Secrets of Earth Magic.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, okay. What was your goal again? Because we kind of skipped over that for the previous people. So it is experience is usually one for playing, one for participating in the debriefing, one for upholding your motto, and then I'm trying to remember what the last one was for.
If it ends a chapter, you get one, but you're not supposed to end a chapter on the first episode.
Yeah, no, we're not done with the chapter yet. So 2 to 3 experience.
Well,
do you feel you accomplished your goal?
We haven't done a debrief yet, so you gotta wait for the debrief to get that last experience.
Well,
No, the debrief is a discussion.
All right.
This is just going over everything.
All right. Well, then I may be a little off on what exactly a debrief is then.
Well, are you done with Eltison? Also, is that how you say the name? Am I saying your name right? Is it Eltison?
Yeah.
You're breaking it. Say again.
Eltosian?
Eltosian, okay. Alright, motto is you need to know that you're in for the fight of your life.
And goals.
Was that experience? Did I live up to the motto?
I thought you just said that was debrief thing.
No. I'm saying you can't give him an experience for the debrief if we don't have the debrief yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to wait for the actual debrief. Alright, I guess we're having this talk now. The end of the session is the reading of the mottos, and you go over the goals. The debrief is when you talk about the game and how it went and people's concerns and etc. like that. The debrief is separate from the motto reading and the goal reading.
Alright.
Because that's where you actually break down, and if anybody had questions about game mechanics or all that sort of stuff.
Alright. So, mottos. Do you feel you upheld your motto? And this goes for all of you.
That's for you to decide.
Well, I think he's asking for our opinion on whether or not we have held our motto.
Oh, I thought he did that when he was asking you all your mottos. Like I said, I still have to go through all this. You still have to tell me if I accomplished my goals or not.
Well, what were your goals?
Well, it seems like everybody... You must have given out a goal when I was getting my dinner. So, whatever it was you were giving everybody local knowledge of X Forest for. Apparently I've done that. And start a goal of help a group that needs me.
That one is actually kind of borderline.
I did pull that guy. You remember the guy who got thrown into the river? That group clearly needed me, and I pulled that guy out of the river.
Yeah, well, That's a group of one. That hardly counts.
Not a group of one. It was an entire group with a bratty noble son and a wizard and a couple of archers.
Yeah, the group didn't need you.
Yeah, they needed me.
I'll point out he did help free a bunch of slaves.
Yeah, that's another group that needed me. This group needed me. How
I'll
else would
grant
they have
that
fought that guy?
I'll grant that one. All right. And who's next?
Well, you have to give me a reward. I'm
Um,
not accomplishing goals and helping people for no reason.
You're the one who wanted giant, right?
I mean, you have to give me a reward that you think fits the thing.
I'll give you giant.
Alright, I would have gone another way, but hey, I've got 10 experience because I also sold back my other local knowledge, so I can actually buy Danger Sense now, too. Boom! Did it. And I waited till the end, so I'm the last guy. The last guy, because Liz isn't here.
All right. So, how do you guys think it went?
I
I
think
enjoyed
you
this
did
session.
Hmm.
Everybody talk
Not
at
everyone
once.
talk at once.
Yeah, let me just. I think it went fairly okay. We had some stalls with just like figuring out Roll20 here for some people, so. But that should get better and better the longer we play easily. Thoughts and concerns. Rules things actually. So I went ahead and bought food so that I could eat for like the 3 days of travel that we were out there. And that cost 4 out of my 8 denarii. I don't think this trip is going to actually pay for that. If we get back to.
Yeah. I looked at his stats and saw elite and just grabbed the bounty for elite. But the way his stats actually are, he probably should be villain.
Yeah,
Which
he's
is-
definitely more valuable for sure.
But they're only willing to pay whatever they said they were, so it's not really going to
Yeah.
change anything.
I guess like that's a question. How much do you want me to keep track of how much food we're doing while we're traveling? 'Cause I went ahead and paid for that and handled it this time. I want to know if that's like a thing you want to worry about.
I don't want to worry about it so much as I want just little drain expenses. So,
So I'll keep it up then.
all right.
Real quick, just so my own record keeping, what was the name of the goal that we accomplished that gave us local area knowledge of the forest?
Capture Samal and the Slaver.
Alright, thank you. The only thing that I had to say anything about from a streaming perspective is maybe a little bit less dead air when we can help it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that over Skype because we don't have people to react to. And it's a new system for some of us.
I understand.
Yeah. Like, me and Rack are pretty familiar with the system and probably big talkers. Liz is a pretty big talker, and I like that, but she ended up having to drop. What exactly happened? Did she just end up, like, leaving straight to that?
Oh, she said she'd talk about it later.
Okay.
Another thing, if at all possible, if anybody else, some of you can look into mic stability. Some of you have been going crazy with your mics. I don't know what's going on. Like, at certain points, Eldison sounds like he's underwater. Rakdos sounds like you're talking across the room. I mean, again, streamer perspective, not a normal tabletop thing. Just something I'd like to be able to handle if I'm putting
Oh yeah,
VODs of this
twice
up.
I accidentally unplugged my phone from the headset, so it jumped from being a microphone less than an inch in front of my face to a phone I may be sitting on.
I know I had a third thing, but I guess it's not important enough because I don't remember what it was.
All right, Griffin, Ben.
Yep.
Want to say something first, or?
Oh, I said my thing previously. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Well, I don't know. There's a little bit of plot once we hit.
I'm sorry, I think you need
Yeah,
to say that
still
again.
there?
Yeah, have you turned up all the way? And it sounds like your mic is dying off as you're talking. Like you started strong, and then all of a sudden, I can barely hear you, and I've got you turned up all the way.
Sorry, I'm just working with the mic my little computer laptop has here.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be your starting strong, dropping to a mumble, and it's dropping below the cutoff of your sound cancellation.
Mm. Well, all right. Let me try and get these comments out of the way first here. Just for a little talk about the plot structure. Now, I'm guessing you're drawing this from a published adventure from a book. Is that right?
That's right.
Now, there are a lot of. I did rather like the first starting setup of the trip there, but the adventure part in the city felt a little bit quick and forced because it sort of felt like it just wasn't like it wasn't a very good path if you didn't have one of the high nobles to get on what this adventure's plot thread is. Whereas
Yeah,
it
and I actually
really
complained
seems
to
like
Raph about
on,
this.
it really seems like we're on this sort of accidental, haphazarded into the plot. Because at the very least, plot structure, it looks pretty clear that this is the missing prince. Now, but
Yeah, as far
it
as
certainly
plot
feels like
structure
it
goes.
seems really contrived, and even the whole mercenary adventure we went on felt a little bit off the rest of the plot. Again, probably not your problem, but something a little bit quirky about the book.
Yeah, I actually complained to Rafferty a few days ago about how point A did not really connect well to point B. Some of you may
So
have.
I do find it funny that we almost wrote ourselves straight out of the plot through fraud.
Oh. Also, I hope you don't mind that I'm sort of creatively moving the plot in what's probably a direction the book isn't expecting.
Well, the entire thing about being a GM is you gotta go wherever the game goes.
Yeah.
Got improv on the fly.
I mean, I'm running the Myriad Song game, right? You know the planet you guys have been on for like 3 episodes now, Griff?
Mm-hmm.
That was just a side thing. You're supposed to be there for like on and off. You guys have made it the whole campaign now. I mean, that's not based out of a book or anything, but I do have like, was it like a whole notebook on my desk that's like full of notes that I've written for the game. You guys have been on the main campaign for like 3 episodes, and you've done this whole planet thing yourselves. So sometimes you just gotta go where the players go.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help. Like our wizard basically got captured there.
Well, I mean, you guys let him do that.
That's true. We did. We just had to fix it out of pride. All right, so I think I got to move along. Next game
All right.
should be starting, I think.
Those of you, everyone gets 2 plus the their gold gift, gold XP,
Okay.
which is enough for 1 mark or save it up for a gift. 1 mark costs 4, right?
Yep.
So
All right, so
technically,
you
you
don't
have
quite
2
have enough for-
experience and a weird local area knowledge gift.
Yeah. Which is entirely intended to be traded in for 5 experience.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Normally, I don't want to keep doing this because I don't like comparing people to people. It's never a good feeling for anybody. But I'm just using it as an example because it's my base knowledge of the game. Normally, when Raph does it, it's usually a gift that you don't want to sell back.
Yeah, I thought I remember reading somewhere, if not in this edition or somewhere.
I know what you're
There's a
referencing. Yeah, that is, you're doing it right. I mean, it is supposed to be out there for you to sell it back whether you want to or not. But normally, like, he'll give back.
Designer does it wrong.
I mean, it's totally up to interpretation. I've been playing with him for 5 or 6 years now, so I only have that to go by.
All right.
But I'm also trying to make this sort of like an advertisement for the game. You know, get people to see it, want to play it, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to make it the most of the game that I can. I know you're not here for that either, but on the streaming side, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And you mentioned speaker issues on that.
Mic quality issues, yeah.
So you're mentioning this as a power growth thing?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that, rather?
Just making sure we get as awesome as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that sounds like a great way to put it.
I'm not sure that's necessary, but really, it's up to everyone.
Shrug.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going for now. Catch you guys later.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Thank you for running.
See you. Thanks for running.
Also, feel free to complain about me anytime you want. I know I'm a complainable person.
I'll mention it to Eltosian when we game in face to face.